That should be at least closer, and I'll just play with it from there.
All right, we're back.
Buddy, they tried to keep the phoenix from rising again.
We're plugged in.
It cannot be done. It absolutely cannot be done. This bird's destined to fly.
What time did you wake up?
Woke up at 9:30. I woke up at 5:30, slept till 6 or 7:30, fell asleep again, woke up at 9:30. Haunting dreams.
Yeah, I had some crazy dreams too. I was in a crowded swimming pool, and I kept bumping into people. But it felt like in the dream, it was my last dream upon waking. I literally woke up at 14 minutes ago or whatever.
Damn. Welcome back to the plane of existence.
And it felt like I was swimming disciplinary laps.
In a crowded pool?
In a crowded outdoor pool. Almost like packed.
Disciplinary laps.
Yeah, and I'm like, they said we have to get our 2 in. Get the fuck out of the way. But it was vague.
Were the people playing, or was everybody trying to swim laps?
It was just a whole smorgasbord. A lady and her kid, a couple people boozing, a couple of bimbos in there floating around.
Oh, did you end up getting your laps in, or did you wake up before you could?
I got them in.
Good. See, there we go. There's something to that. There's a little persistence in that dream.
And then I woke up exhausted, so I don't know.
Dude, I do not. My sleep does not restore. The best I can hope from my sleep is that I wake up not feeling more tired than the previous day.
It's all a man can hope for.
It's just a stall. I'm podcasting from my mattress on the floor.
Damn, you on the ground?
Room.
A futon?
They got me on the ground. No, it's the original mattress. They just didn't know if they were going to sell the house or not, so they got rid of a lot of the big furniture.
They were worried you were going to roll off your bed at night.
Yeah, they strapped me down. They got to put a wallet over my tongue so I don't choke on it.
All the outlets have things over them.
Yeah, they put before I go to bed, they have to securely duct tape oven mitts over my hands so I don't claw my eyes out.
All the doorknobs got those things on them, so you can't turn them unless you squeeze it really hard.
Everything. There's nothing in the house that I can open that's not like a prescription pill bottle. Everything has to be pushed down and twisted. The peanuts, the doorknobs, the shower.
The ketchup.
The clothes drawer, the shoe closet. It's all safety sealed for my protection. And honestly, not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. With the amount that I'm hurting myself on the furniture these days.
I mean, everything's got a minimum of 4 corners.
Dude, when
it's almost more corner than table.
What's going on with this table? It's all corners. It's nothing but corners.
That's what they got, a circular table thinking it would help. It turns out that's just an infinite amount of corners.
Wow. I had my internet open and there's a balloon dome for sale for $450.
You and Mitchell been searching?
Bubble Boy.
That's what I want to be, Bubble Boy comedian.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next comic, he's been in total biological isolation for 6 months. Give it up for the one. Don't shake his hand. The one, the only.
Everyone quietly recycle your air for Eric Emerson. Try and ignore the hum of his air filter. Hello, everybody.
You roll on stage you roll on stage in a ball like a hamster.
It's nice to see all of you from inside of my bubble. I dream of touching you. What was was there a movie about a Bubble Boy?
Yeah, I think it was. I thought it was like a comedy, maybe.
Was it?
2001. That was our prime, dude.
That was. Can I pitch this idea that I think that the country was at its most harmonious during the overlap of Eminem rapping and Tiger Woods golfing?
Yeah, that's big.
That was that was as mobile racially as we've gotten, was that pendulum. That was a moment when the pendulum was right in the middle.
Yeah, black Asian king of golf, the
Yep.
historically whitest sport ever.
Yep.
Everyone loved him.
Universally, yeah.
That is funny,
Like
dude. Eminem, and then like the whitest rapper
whitest
to
possible
penetrate
rapper.
black rap ever.
Yep. And he penetrated the deepest into the
Zeitgeist.
world. Yeah. And then at some point, dude, it might have been the fact that Tiger Woods had an extramarital affair. That might have been what brought the the racial harmony this country was experiencing to a shattering and a
Screeching
crumble.
halt.
Yeah, because then once everybody turned on, do you think that's what happened? That once everybody turned on Tiger Woods, then it's like snapping out of a daze, and you're like, wait a second, what the fuck is this white guy rapping about? Hold on a second. I was lulled into. I might try that on stage. That's funny.
That is funny.
I was lulled into a false sense of security by this black guy golfing so well, but now I'm noticing this
It's
disparity.
just like a white guy gardening with a black guy, and they just hear the news and they just like stand up and look at each other.
Well, it was fun while it lasted.
The story
Did he
broke
start-
wide open in November 2009. The world learned of Wood's affair with Rachel Uchittle. That's a wild name. A New York City nightclub host. It's always a nightclub hostess.
That's what breaks. A nightclub hostess breaks a man's resolve, and then oftentimes they'll have a million affairs after that because they feel like they've already shattered the integrity of their marriage.
It's almost like they'd been hosted into the underworld.
Night, yeah. Didn't the one of the guys from fucking what was that movie about Silicon Valley? One of the like improv comedian actor guys got canceled is the wrong word, but just publicly noted for
Side
hitting
action.
on. Well, I don't know. I don't even know if he had a girlfriend. I think he just would go to this like goth vampire themed nightclub and just get way too horny with the with
the
ladies
theme?
with the yeah, with the vampires.
Oh shit! He was spotted wearing a cape at a Citgo, gassing
Thank
up
you
a
for
Porsche.
sucking my dick.
That's the problem with costumes. I was thinking about that because Halloween's coming up. Is like even if you do something funny or you try to dress up to just be like a part of the thing, but it's like
Yeah.
at work. Then
Yeah.
you show up, everyone's like, oh shit, that's hilarious. Then you just have to work your whole day in a fucking Dracula costume.
One of the only like public I mean, put the word relationship in heavy quotes, but only one of the public not girlfriend, but like romantic fights that I've gotten in was at a Halloween party, and just gotten like a screaming match with this girl I had a crush on, and then just had to leave. This is the one thing that I clearly remember from the night was just standing on the street corner in a pirate hat waiting for an Uber. Well, you could hear through an open window in the party like, just fucking forget him. He's a piece of shit anyway. And I'm just, and I was there with a construction paper pirate hat that I made, strapped to my head, just waiting for
That's hilarious.
Sanjeet's Uber to pick me up. Yar, matey, it's been a rough night. Take me home.
He never did play by the rules. The pirate's life's for me.
The pirate's life for me. Yar, matey. Ahoy there, Sanjeet. I need you to take me home.
Uber driver's like, so how's your night going?
Oh, it's stormy seas here. I actually had to walk the plank out of that second-story Chicago apartment.
I guess you could say I kind of walked the plank on my relationship, pal.
I was hooked, but no more.
I definitely wasn't getting any booty tonight.
I would have treasured the chance. I
boy, did I love her
doubloons
black pearl.
Oh, but I wasn't her first mate. Oh, she had a cabin boy that I didn't know about.
Oh, her tits were nice, but they were really just high C's.
Oh man, looks like I'm going home to play with my own saber tonight.
Dude, people are out there right now floating around pirating.
The what do you call it? The not Sudanese. What are they?
Whoever took down Captain Phillips.
Yeah, well, Somali. I saw a little podcast info clip thing on YouTube. Somebody was saying that they started out. This was just them trying to form their own Coast Guard. Did you hear about that?
No shit.
So they were originally fishermen, not pirates. And what happened is these gigantic commercial Chinese fishing ships started coming into where they would fish, and they just dropping 100-mile long, 1,000-foot deep fishing nets and catching all of the fish and destroying the ecosystem.
Like,
and so these guys,
this.
Yeah, they got together and they were like, "Hey, what we'll do is we'll just we'll board the ship, we'll take it over, and we'll say that you can't do this anymore." And then it turns out that they were not a match for the
Chinese,
the Chinese government, the Saudi Arabians, the Russians, the Americans, and so they were, and I'm sure this guy was painting a little bit of a picture, but he kind of made them out to be little Robin Hood figures, and then you're driven to a life of crime, which I think is relatively fair. Well, this might have been on a Theo Vaughn clip or something that I saw. He was interviewing I
just looked it up on Wikipedia. It seems like it has some factual basis. That is, if you trust Wikipedia, dude.
It's funny to fact check an independent journalist with Wikipedia. I think we figured out what this guy is saying is true.
Wikipedia is solid, dude.
It's way more solid than they lead you to believe in college, because they want you to pay for research papers and stuff.
And you can tell if it's just altered, like it says cited or uncited, then you can click on the little citation and see what it came from. I think Wikipedia is possibly one of the most culturally important things of the last 3 decades. I bet it's very understated how much that's changed the world. Right. It's free.
It's free.
Until they do that little pledge where it's like, could you please just give us 50 cents? What the hell is that?
It's to keep Wikipedia going, which I think worthy cause. I'm going to go ahead and take that stance and say, as a mild Dave Smith style libertarian, although I really need him to do like a master class or something, because I can really only win arguments if they're about something he just talked about on the podcast. I need a fundamentals. I need a fundamentals class.
Yeah. Is there like a ebook that you could sell that could give you an outline to argue with?
Yeah, give me at least
Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah, give me I can definitely poke holes at everything they're saying, but I have not mastered the follow-ups yet. I should ask him about that. What was I going to say? Oh, but Wikipedia, it's, as far as I know, not associated with the government. And
that's what you think, but they're all tied in, dude.
I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure that the government has somebody who edits Wikipedia pages and stuff like that, but I don't think Wikipedia's. You can go on the Wikipedia and find at least, even if it's heavily criticized, you can find like some conspiracy theories and stuff like that.
And weirdly,
as far as I know,
declassified CIA documents and shit that where you're like, whoa, I can't believe this is even on here. Dude, I got to use the restroom. How do we do that?
It's up. I mean, can you carry? You can either carry your board, or we
No,
can
I
just
can't
pause and
carry
I'll
it.
cut this.
Should we
Yeah,
just
go for it.
Should I pause or just let it run and then we'll
Just,
cut it out?
just let it run. We'll cut it out.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right, I'm here. While we wait, CVS Pharmacy. Hi, Eric. Protect yourself this flu season with vaccination. What else we got on the phone? 2 Facebook notifications. Would like to get that down to 0. Go ahead and mute that. Windy City Comedy Festival plant seeds for next year's inaugural outgoing. Oh, she's starting the Windy City Comedy Festival. I mean, guys, we can't really get too deep into... Ooh. Should I spend $20 on a... bronze model of the World Trade Centers? Probably not. But it's out there. Think about living in a van. If anybody's got thoughts on that. Definitely considering a year in a van. Things have gotten pretty untethered. I wonder if we'll get into that this episode. Room in an attic with shared bathroom only for one person. Shared bathroom is going to be rough because I do not share glory. Here's the thing. I'm nearly certain that I will die on the toilet like Elvis. And thus, sharing a bathroom is a bad idea. That's like a pharaoh sharing a crypt. It's got to be just reserved for the king. Let's write down that other funny thing that I said. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, I already wrote that down. The Eminem Tiger Woods. Put a little star next to that. We back online?
Okay, we are back and with much clarity.
There we go. Was that a piss, a shit, a little bit of both?
I mean, I hate to be pee-pee poo-poo talk here, but boy, first cup of coffee of the day.
Yeah.
It really, your system starts to get pressurized.
I feel you, and I've already had, I've already, and again, not to be foul, but I'm 2 shits in already, and I'm on my I'm on a first cup of coffee, and it's bringing up a third and final time, hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Some people don't shit like that, and I'm feel bad for them because I'm always like, you drinking coffee? Because I drink so much coffee so habitually that this is not even a lie. I'll be grinding the beans or I'll be loading the machine, and I got to shit once I get a whiff of the essence.
Yeah, it only takes a little. It's the adult version of like the smell of a pie lifting a hobo up to the windowsill.
Yeah, it's like a Pavlovian response. The bell rings and my asshole starts salivating.
I was just saying, this was my little thing I was vamping on while you were in the bathroom, but I was saying that when I'm looking for these places in New York, anytime there's a shared bathroom, I'm like, I could consider that more heavily if I wasn't like 90% convinced that when I die, I'm going to be found on the toilet like Elvis Presley. So I can't. That's my tomb. That's like asking a pharaoh to share a pyramid. You can't. I need my crypt. I need my sacred space.
Yeah, just going in blind, sharing a bathroom with a few folks. I mean, I guess we do it every day in public.
Yeah, but in public, they can't track the splatter pattern.
You read the ink blot?
Yeah. Let me tell you, that is a fortune I do not want read. The tea leaves of the explosive. evacuation.
Like, whoa, this guy has got some damage he's carrying around.
Yeah, dude, I got angry. Yeah, dude, because I'm back at the family residence, and it's currently just occupied by my dad. Everyone else has moved out. So there's a bi-weekly, I believe, Hispanic mom and daughter team that come in to clean the place up, a little maid service action. And, I mean, while I was in Chicago, I mean, there must have been 7 years here when they just got it. I mean, it was, my dad's a health nut. So I don't even know if his shits probably flush themselves. They just go right down the, and now all of a sudden there's a second bathroom in use. And sometimes they come when I'm working from home, and I just looked in and the daughter was like hands and knees scrubbing the bowl of the toilet in my bathroom. And I almost had to go like, just lock myself in the attic out of shame. I'm chipping the porcelain.
She's like, good Lord, what has happened in here? She's got a saint in there that she puts on the counter.
Yeah, she has to light one of those little Dios de los Muertos candles.
Some incense going, throw some holy water in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking politics. Did you see the announcement yesterday?
RFK?
Yeah. Did you watch the speech?
I did watch the speech.
48-minute banger, dude.
Oh, wait, no, I only watched the part where he talked about it. I only watched the 5 minutes where he was like explaining his reasoning and passing the torch off to DJT.
At the
RFK DJT.
The Donald.
So now it's down. Now it's come to this.
Dude,
Donald versus Kamala.
If you watch the speech that he drops,
Daddy Donald and Mommy Kamala. I just want my parents to stop fighting.
Did you see the AI thing of them?
No,
like,
what was that?
It's like Donald and Kamala holding hands by the beach. Then it's them kissing. Then she's like with child. And then it's a video of her holding like a baby that looks like Donald Trump.
Do you think Donald Trump's old, and she's in her upper 50s, right? Mid 50s. Could she conceive? Could Donald Trump plant a baby in Kamala and bring about what I imagine would be the Antichrist? Possibly a world-ending pregnancy.
She is 59, so she might be a little over the hill.
Yeah. Do you think that they like? Do you think that the government, if the government put all of the science behind it, that they could make it happen?
Yeah, dude, they could regrow both of them in a lab and have those things fuck. The shit they got behind closed doors.
That's quite possible.
Yeah, I mean, dude, his speech, I watched the whole thing, 48 minutes. Tear rolled down his cheek, and he just fucking
Donald Trump or RFK?
RFK, he hit him up yesterday.
Yeah.
And
Hot One? He had a heater? Headlining set?
He was on Hot Ones.
That would be funny. It's so spicy.
It's hurting my larynx.
You've killed me. You bet. They should have presidential. That actually, I think, would be a pretty reasonable decision. Would be to have presidential candidates do Hot Ones. That's a way to assert some sort of dominance.
I saw a funny
in
parody
what's left
of
of
Hot
this
Ones.
country. What's that?
I saw a funny parody of Hot Ones. It was like, we're spraying pepper spray in celebrities' eyes. And he's like, wait, I didn't sign up for this. He's like, we tricked you into coming here. Now here's a spread. And they did all this. They had that edited just like the Hot Ones. It was funny.
That's good. That's good stuff. Got to come up with some parodies. We got to get some sketches out there.
Yeah. But
fire on all cylinders.
The speech was pretty crazy because he basically just hit up the Democratic Party hardcore, like just roasted them up top.
I know he was talking about how like Kamala wouldn't have a discussion with him.
Yeah,
I
but
heard that part.
he was also like, they've basically pushed forward a candidate without the due process of electing her through their whatever the fuck. I don't even know how that shit works.
It's pretty crazy. It's one of the things where you're like, when you get into it or even start to, I'm a layman, but I still, you
Dabble.
dabble, you Google, or you listen to a podcast or whatever, but it's like, it's something that is so not of the people. You know what I mean? That's like bizarre that it's something that makes you really realize that nobody, or at least the vast majority of the American public, cannot be paying attention to this. You know what I mean? Where you're like, nobody thinks about it, so it never is going to get changed until people have something to say about it. But it's very bizarre that it's like, well, all the representatives, these like, permanent or semi-permanent behind the scenes people of the Democratic Party cast some, you got to get 70% of their approval to get on the ballot, to get in the race, to be not whatever. And apparently they sandbagged Bernie Sanders. Apparently that was like a big thing when he was going against Hillary. It was like the Democratic Party itself rejected him from the inside. And you're like, it sounds like the whale from the Jonah story.
Right, it's eating itself.
Yeah, well, it's just like it's a behemoth.
Up. Yeah,
it's a behemoth, and it can suck you in or spit you out as it sees fit. And when you're like, but then you're like, I mean, how many people? And it's a weird but it's like, how many people were just going to vote Democrat no matter what, and how many people were going to vote Bernie or nobody, or Bernie or Trump, or you know what I mean? Like,
ton.
Same kind of thing with. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe, but like when you think about like RFK dropping out, it's like, well, how many of those will actually go to Trump, or how many of those will go to Kamala? It's a very weird, like, but how many people are just like, yeah, I prefer Bernie, but I don't really think about it. I'm just kind of I'm a never Trump guy, or I'm a never Kamala.
Yeah, this is my team.
Yeah, and then you're like, a lot of people, at least when you watch the rallies and stuff, you're like, dude, the rally, it gets weirder. The more you realize how little politics reflects the American people, the more dystopian those rallies become.
Right.
Did you notice any of it in Chicago? You catch the traffic, you see the motorcades?
Not really. I was kind of outside of that.
Yeah.
I did hear they had a mobile like vasectomy truck down there. That's what I heard.
And an abortion clinic.
And you could go in and get snipped and get neutered to pledge your allegiance.
I'm offering my cum for Kamala.
Yeah. Come for Kamala.
Come for Kamala. They should. Yeah, they had a mobile abortion trailer and a mobile vasectomy trailer at the DNC, which is like, regardless of anyone's stance on those issues, it's so on the nose.
It's crazy.
It's bananas to be like, and you just imagine you're like, all right, I donated money to help get Kamala elected. I'm a staunch Democrat in the Chicagoland area. Let's check and see what my money's going to. And it's like, you get some guy's balls clipped.
Yeah, Rick from Dobbs is get his fucking wang chopped so that he can fuck consequence free.
He got his fucking wang chopped. Actually, that should be. I went to the Kamala rally and all I got was this stupid vasectomy. Oh,
that's great. That's the crazy thing is just like, I mean, the fact that he's like a lifelong Democrat.
Yeah.
And then on every news outlet in the world, it was like, he kept calling them neocons.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a good thing that that's gotten worked into the
I agree.
vocab, I think. I mean, it's a little, look, if I could go back and just live in 2012 where, you're watching the Colbert Report and everything feels like it's just two different sides, that would be, But that's just going back to blissful ignorance or whatever. But if we're moving away from that, it's good. I mean, I want him and Tulsi Gabbard to hang out.
Dude, I've seen a couple videos of her shooting fire at people in in a way that's like calling out corruption and shit like that, where like his interesting part of his speech yesterday, if you watch the whole thing, like he goes a whole like chunk on being like, how about we stop poisoning ourselves with insanely processed food that's subsidized by these like cigarette companies that took over the snack industry, and breaks down like data on kids, our obesity rate, how insanely unhealthy we are in the country.
Yeah. I'm hoping he stays. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, I can't remember who I was talking to about this, but I'm just hoping that he stays on the, because Tulsi Gabbard broke away from the Democratic Party. And then next thing you know, she's on like, I think it's just it's a facet of getting older or whatever, or like of an older generation, where she leaves the Democratic Party. And the next thing you know, she's like, just on Fox News, basically being a Republican, and you're like, I think that there's, an older generation is just like, no, what we wanted you to do is like go start a podcast or start your own news thing, or, you know what I mean? Like we were into the independence of it. We don't want you to switch sides. Right. We liked that you were against the system. And that's kind of my fear that's my hope or fear with RFK is like, yeah, what we liked about you is that you were neither. So don't just join Donald Trump and then roll over and be like just popping up on Fox News and be a Trump head.
Trump's butt boy.
Yeah, little butt dog, as Shane Gillis would say.
But it's just crazy that he's willing to align himself with that, like basically probably alienating himself from a lot of people and be like, no, this is the most important things that I'm trying to work out. I think this guy has the best chance of me getting there if he holds his word.
Yeah.
And the shit that he's worried about, which is like the health of of our kids, of the American people, like through eliminating all these fucking crazy chemicals in the soil, all this shit that he goes down on, and also stopping war. To me, it's an interesting stance to be like, yeah, I want to go ahead and try to figure out how we can stop spending $200 billion on killing hundreds of thousands of people in different parts of the world. And then people being like, you're racist.
Well, in the Ukraine, he doesn't, to be fair, none of them are good on stopping all war. But I will say any downsizing of war is a step in the right direction.
So he didn't mention anything about Hamas, Gaza, you're saying?
He goes,
because he
he's
really
the
did
other way. They're all still competing to see who can send the most money to Israel, which is unfortunate.
And it's a lot.
And it's a butt ton of money. Not even, here's the thing. At this point, I would just be excited if somebody's like, what if we send them like half of the amount of weapons and money? Right. Like, okay, I'd like to send, it'd be cool if we could send very few people very little weapons, if any. But if we can't do that, what if we sent them like $1 billion instead of 2 or 3? And then we just put that $1 billion into, truly name. That's another thing is like when you're when you're just an average guy at the bottom of the totem pole of political consequence, you're like, yeah, I kind of don't really care if you guys use that $1 billion to like fix roads, or you could use it to be super communist, you could use it to be super conservative, as long as one of you guys just did something other than send that money to blowing up people on the other side of the world. I would like to see some change. I'm not really picky what the direction is. Like, do you want to subsidize housing? I might not traditionally be for that, but I'm definitely more for it than I am just truly random explosions taking place trillions of miles away from my house.
Yeah, maybe there's some way we could have some kind of college that isn't I don't know, $100,000 a fucking
Dollars.
year to go to. It used to be free somehow in the fucking 1800s.
Yeah.
Can I get my fucking appendix out at a reasonable price?
Yes. Totally. Truly anything that money could go to. You could use it to do something that I would traditionally not like. You could use it to, like, I don't know. If somebody took $1 billion that we were going to send to Israel or Ukraine and used it just to like drop rubber ducks in the lakes and rivers of every state, something totally random that's bad, it's rude, it's bad for the environment. It's not even particularly funny, but it's better than just sending it to warlords on the other side of the earth.
Make a sculpture out of the money.
Yeah. Just set it on fire. Take all of the money and just in front of the American people light it on fire and give us the middle finger. And I would rather you do that.
A fireworks display.
Yes.
I mean, it's got to be a lot.
Use it to drop the price of a cup of good coffee.
The problem is you can't be drinking coffee outside of the house unless it's Dunkin' Donuts.
I disagree with that.
You like boutique coffee.
Well, let's clarify this position. Now that we've solved global conflict since we've gotten to the bottom of that, let's go ahead and dive into this. The next most important thing. Let's break down the coffee. Let's get the coffee index sorted out here.
Yeah. I'm all ears.
First of all, I think that Turnip and Stone, we owe an eternal debt of. We always have to say Avondale Coffee Club will be worth a trip.
Absolutely.
They got a permanent sponsorship, a permanent unpaid sponsorship on this show.
Yeah. Any price that they charge is justifiable.
They offer truly a boutique coffee experience. I mean, an award-winning coffee experience. Best pour over, and then I think another year second best pour over in North America. That's Mexico, America, and Canada. That being said, I do not know how many Canadian places were considered. I don't know what the coffee. I mean, I actually have a buddy who's familiar with the coffee scene of Montreal, so never mind. There's probably some stiff competition up there. But all right, Dunkin' Donuts. That's a worthwhile cup of coffee. How much are they dinging you for a black cup of coffee?
A large?
Yeah, do you always go large? I feel like I always go large.
Yeah, a large.
509.
No. It's like I think it's under 4. Let me see if I can get some pricing here for you.
Yeah.
Now, my buddy goes to McDonald's. He gets, I think it's if you use the app or something, $1 for a large.
Yeah, I'm actually, and for truly no other reason that my mom, before I even liked coffee, my mom was like, McDonald's is actually pretty good coffee for the amount of money you're paying.
Solid.
And I'm inclined to agree with her.
I want to say it's under 4 for just like a black with cream or a black with cream and sugar or whatever. Okay. Not a black. Like a black would be like fucking, 3 something.
Are they charging you more for cream?
No. Cream and sugar are standard.
That should be. I was about to say if that's bringing the price up at Dunkin', that's wild. I don't see a lot of Dunkin' down here down south.
Yeah, it's a big city thing.
Yeah, I wonder if there's some in downtown Raleigh.
It's kind of an East Coast. I mean, they are all over the East Coast. They're all over Chicago.
Let me find the closest Dunkin'. I'm gonna search coffee shops around me, and we're gonna see what we get. There's Caribou Coffee here. Is that global?
I don't know.
Are you familiar with Caribou Coffee?
No.
When I was too young
kind of.
When I was too young to even like coffee, I liked going to Caribou Coffee and getting like the coffee themed milkshakes. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's technically got coffee in it, but it mostly tastes like caramel ice cream.
I mean, a frozen
Jesus, there's-
coffee at Dunkies is $2.69 in New Jersey, where I'm looking at right now. That's in and out. America runs on Dunkin'.
You're losing money. I don't see a single Dunkin'. What's the closest Dunkin' to me? We got La Farm Bakery has good coffee. We got some. All right, Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, the nearest one is only 3 miles away. About 2.5 miles away. Dunkin' Donuts. All right.
Okay,
You
here
know
we
what's
go.
interesting?
Coffee.
Bunch of Dunkin' around here.
Hot coffee. Small, $2.55. Medium, $2.89. Large, $3.09. XL, $3.29.
What's Chicago's tax on that?
This is, I think, a New Jersey location,
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
but still pretty good for a large XL for $3.29.
No, that's pretty good.
That'll get you going.
Get you fired up. That'll send you to the bathroom early in the morning. Is there 2 Dunkins right there? No. Oh, we got one of those Dunkin' Baskin Robbins combos.
Solid.
I remember Baskin Robbins being a standalone place. I haven't seen one that's not connected to a Dunkin' in a decade.
Might be a joint operation.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I hit a button on my Bluetooth.
Might have been
Did it
bought
change?
out. Let's see. It's a multinational. Baskin Robbins is an American multinational chain of ice cream and cake specialty shops.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like, do we really need a multinational ice cream fucking brand?
It's cross state lines. Oh man, the
Everything's
battery on the
global.
recorder is down.
You there?
We're gonna see what. Yes, the battery on the recorder is showing very
Can't hear
low,
you.
but can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, I pressed a button on my Bluetooth. The battery on the recorder is showing low, so if this dies, we've got 45 minutes almost in the bag. So I'm just gonna we're gonna ride this one out.
Sounds good. We're just getting into the nuances of Baskin Robbins.
Wait, so do they still have standalone ice cream spots? Because I haven't seen a standalone Baskin Robbins in a minute.
I don't know, dude. It's a subsidiary.
32 flavors.
Headquartered.
That's a problem. I bet they're fucking sending money to Israel.
How deep does the rabbit go?
Isn't that funny when you hear like about McDonald's or somebody like Starbucks, giving free breakfast to Israeli soldiers or something? You're like, what are they possibly getting out of this? That's wild that the rabbit hole goes that deep.
Well, yeah, I think it's just honestly once you get so big, it's inevitable that you just have to they tie you in.
So how about we have the underdog companies sending stuff to Hamas? How come Starbucks is giving coffee to the Israeli soldiers or whatever? How come we don't have like Hunt's ketchup giving some free bottles to the Palestinians?
Yeah. Hungry man fucking meals. Backing Palestine.
Stofers. The Israelis have Stofers.
We will
Hamas has Hungry Man.
You could win a war with the Stofers.
Yeah. You could steamroll it.
Power a fucking anti-missile
Yeah.
machine with a Stouffer's lasagna.
The Iron Dome runs on Dunkin'.
If you don't eat it, you can just throw it at your enemy and kill him.
Frozen Stofers fired out of a tank. You get an ice cold drumstick moving at 120 feet per second. Just through the wall of a abandoned school, crashing out the other side. My buddy got hit. We couldn't tell what was blood and what was gravy.
You ever see a meatball go through a man's forehead? Dude, Stouffer's is owned by Nestle.
What is Nestle up to?
Nestle's got their chocolate chips and everything, buddy.
Dude, isn't the guy who owns Nestle want to control like the water supply? Like he buys like lakes and shit.
Dude, I didn't know this.
It's very funny. He's got like the adorable chocolate rabbit as a mascot. Nestle, Nesquik.
Headquartered in Switzerland, so they're fucking bringing in that bacon.
Yeah, the Swiss are fascinating people. I'm all about the Swiss.
Yeah.
Pragmatic. Pragmatic. You know, Switzerland is like there's only three. I think there's like 3 roads that go in and out of the country, and they have them like they have the mountains rigged with explosives around those 3 roads. So if there's like ever a global catastrophe, they can, if they get invaded, they can just blow the tunnels and seal themselves off from the world. Yeah, dude.
It's pretty sweet. They're way up
The
in
Swiss-
the Alps, right?
Yeah, they. I know in the Middle Ages, Eric's History Corner. A little bit of this is a little segment on Turnip and Stone when we don't have any questions coming in. Eric's History Corner. The because the Swiss they grow up in the high altitude of the Alps, their lung capacity is, what would you call it, calibrated to that. And so there's these stories about them whenever Italy would try and invade in like the 1500s, the Swiss would just sprint up the mountains and then charge down, slam into the Italians, knock them into the beautiful blue lakes, and then run back up the mountains. And the Italians were just, fucking
Gassed.
fat ginzos out of shape, just gasping for air. And the Swiss would just be running up and down the hills,
That's crazy.
disappear. Yeah. Highly prized mercenaries, the Swiss pikemen.
Tallest dams in Europe.
Tallest dams
Yeah.
or dames? They got the tallest
Both.
babes.
Dams.
They got, I know that everybody there, or like all the of age people have to have, they're all part of the National Guard. They all have the rifle at their house, but the ammunition is stored
That's pretty
in
sick.
buildings. So in the event of a crisis, everyone goes to the government building and gets their ammo. But everyone's familiar with their rifle. They encourage shooting sports there. And perhaps they have a bunch of stolen Nazi treasure. I don't know.
Allegedly.
I mean, they remained neutral through 2 world wars. And
So
I'm
they weren't
pretty
even
sure,
involved in those?
to my knowledge, that might be worth a Google, but I'm pretty sure that they were neutral, but also I think, I don't know. I feel like there's rumors that they got a little cashola from the H-man.
Hitler.
Some priceless art.
Switzerland has maintained a policy of armed neutrality since the 16th century and has not fought an international war since 1815. It's in the UN.
What a good policy. Why can't we be more like Switzerland?
Because we want to control everything.
Yeah, let's take a lesson out of the Swiss book and let's try and get really good at making watches and chocolate.
Pocket knives.
Pocket knives with all the little trappings.
The Swiss Army knife?
A picnicker's dream.
Is there a better knife?
It depends on what you're using it for, but
German. So.
wait, the Swiss Army knife is German? No. They were collaborating with Hitler.
No. Originating in Eibach, Switzerland, the Swiss Army knife was produced in 1891.
Eibach, Ubach, Weebach.
Wait a second. They won the contract to produce the Swiss Army Model 1890 knife from previous German manufacturer.
Oh.
So they were collabing.
Where does the name come from? What makes it a Swiss Army knife if it was originally produced in Germany?
Oh, here's the origins. During the late 1800s, the Swiss Army decided to purchase a new folding pocket knife for their soldiers. This knife was to be suitable for use by the Army in opening canned food and for maintenance of the Swiss service rifle, the Schmidt Reuben, which required a screwdriver for assembly and disassembly. In 1891, the knife received the official designation Model 1890. It had a blade, a reamer, a can opener, a screwdriver, grips made out of dark oak wood, and some say was later partly replaced with ebony wood.
Love it. Beautiful.
15,000 knives was placed with the German knife manufacturer Western Co. from Solingen, Germany. These knives were delivered in October 1891. So there you go.
Now we learned.
Then they moved it over to Switzerland. So I guess they designed it, got it manufactured by the Germans,
And then they brought it home.
and then they brought it back home.
Keep it in-house. The Swiss are good at keeping it in-house.
But now they think they make them a lot of them here.
I'm sure they got to be worldwide.
Yeah, because they started Swiss Gear, Victorinox.
Look, some things are just such a good idea. You got to, like Baskin Robbins, you got to go international. Everybody needs mint chocolate chip and a little tiny pair of tweezers attached to your pocket knife.
An ice cream place with a Dunkin' Donuts attached is kind of a Swiss Army knife of food and beverage.
Look, you got a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel. You got a cruller.
A mint chocolate chip fucking sundae.
Yeah, an Oreo milkshake.
A decent shitter.
A decent...
I don't even know if you could access a Dunkin' Donuts turlet. You got to walk through the kitchen. How do you feel about those places where you're like, hey, do you got a restroom? And they're like, yeah, right through here. And you got to like walk through them cooking. You ever been in those?
Yes, I have. And I'll tell you, those are those places operate on the extremes of bathroom cleanliness.
You're saying it's exceptionally clean or unclean?
It's one or the other, because sometimes they're taking you back to like, sometimes they're like, hey, usually there's no restrooms, but nobody's here right now. We're about to close up. And then it's like the staff bathroom. Yeah. And that usually has like a modicum of respect because it's, shit. But sometimes they're like, yeah, come back. You can shit in the manger back here where the illegal immigrant dishwasher and his dog and a heroin addict who's the only person who comes here every day.
You're walking through. The guy's got a leg that he's chopping up in a meat grinder, and there's a dog running around. You got to go under the stairs and through the woods. Yeah,
sometimes when they take you to one of those like back, like the staff bathrooms in the back, and it's dirty, you're like, you guys don't even respect yourself. How can I trust you guys with a good omelet?
Here's what I'll say though: even if it's destroyed, you got to shit in a mop bucket. The sink, there's no sink. The sink's in a different location. I still am grateful that they go. We'll take you behind the curtain because we want you to feel at ease here.
Yes.
No man should be holding in their piss and shit in this establishment.
Yeah.
Man or woman.
The fact that like New York City, for example, is so hard to get a public bathroom in. It's that's something we could use the $1 billion for.
Yeah, put a fucking, what is it, in France or something, or in some other country, they just pop a urinal like in public.
Yeah, there's a couple places that I imagine have something like that. But yeah, just there's no reason not to have, like, if we can make an automatic sink, an automatic flushing toilet, automatic paper towel dispenser, automatic doors, there's no reason that we can't have a public bathroom with the $300 billion that we send in fucking Tomahawk missiles elsewhere. There's no reason we can't have a bathroom that just like after every 5 people, it just sprays itself down with a cleanser. A fucking Zamboni comes across the floor. You don't need to hire anybody other than a maintenance guy to check the machinery every now and then.
It doesn't even need, it could be open air. It just needs to be a fucking hole that goes down into the shit pipe. It's an on-the-run pisser. Everyone's pissing in the alley anyway. Just throw a fucking can with a little blinder around it.
Yeah. Well, I want a shitter, too. I want a public... And maybe this is just because I finished my Bojangles hot coffee and my fucking...
Bojangles
everything
are burning.
below my... Yeah, everything below my belly button is a swamp right now. But yeah, there's no reason that we shouldn't have, especially in places like fucking Chicago, New York City, L.A. I understand you got to figure out how to control the child traffickers, drug addicts, petty criminals, and stuff like that. But with the amount of money that we have going elsewhere, there's no reason I should be clenching my asshole running around fucking 2nd Avenue trying to find a shitter.
Well, I mean, like, they used to even put bathrooms and stuff on like subway platforms. Like if you see some of them in New York, you'll see like men's, women's, but they're just like bolted shut. I guess because of like whatever kind of disastrous behavior went down in there.
Because it turns out both men and women cannot be trusted with even the nicest of amenities, or the most basic of amenities, I mean.
But it's like there's got to be a way that people can just piss in public.
Yeah.
There's
got to be a way.
There was a park bathroom when I was in New York that I went in last time, and they had like security.
Central Park?
No, it was a different park. I can't remember which one.
Oh.
But they were like, all right, in, out. It was fucking crazy. The line.
Yeah. That's wild. But it needs to be, somebody's got to come up with something. Maybe a pill you can take that makes your shit disappear, sends it to another dimension.
What about pants that you can shit into?
That's dangerous, because what about when those pants are in the laundry? You're
No,
walking
it's
around
like,
in some sweats and you forget.
It's like
take
a
a
pocket.
shit, you're like, this is, yeah.
That it goes in at the top and then it like processes down the leg and then it just drops out of the leg like mulch.
Yeah, by the time it comes out, it's fertilizer.
Yeah, and you just gotta shake your leg like Andy Dufresne in the prison yard and just like release it.
What's the system for cleaning your asshole after that?
UV. You just see somebody's fucking ass light up in bright neon.
It sounds like a photocopier. The smell of like scorched, burning shit. There's just smoke coming out the back of their pants. It looks like a overheating engine.
I mean, that's
I'll take it.
My $1 million idea, dude. Disposable underwear.
A diaper. You're describing a diaper.
No, they wear like regular underwear.
Well, that's what you say. Isn't that what it says on Depends?
Actually, they already make them. Men's disposable
Really?
travel boxer briefs.
I had to dispose of some. I had to dispose of some non-disposable briefs.
I got news for you,
drive back
buddy.
from Atlanta.
Sometimes any underwear is disposable if it's bad enough.
There's a critical level of disposability. We go, I'm sorry, I have to lay these Hanes to rest. They might have been Alex Olinger's Hanes from 6 years ago, for all I know. They got mixed up in the laundry. I've had one or two pair of boxer briefs that I don't know how they got integrated into my system.
Dude, this is so funny that they exist. Everything exists.
Everything exists except for this podcast. This is the only novel thing that we have left on this planet.
Some disposable underwear.
Order a pair. Let's order yourself a pair. Let's do a product review on the next episode.
Travel Care men's disposable underwear. They look like
what makes
just a
them more
regular pair of
disposable?
briefs.
Yeah, what makes them more disposable than just a regular pair? Are they cheaper?
They're like super thin.
Does it feel like it's made out of like napkins?
Let's see. It's $10 $10 for 5 pieces. And you just fucking put them on, you're done, you toss them out.
$10 for 5.
Yeah, is that cheap?
That is $10 for 5. Oh, that's $2 a pair.
Yeah. So you're going on a little weekend trip. You just throw all your shit away. How about disposable clothes?
Now we're moving into the future here.
They'd make them.
Like contacts, you just get all 5 of your outfits delivered for a week, and you just throw them out as you go. One-a-days?
It's like
some one-a-days.
they're all like doctor pants, medical shorts, disposable shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have some. That's the future. Eventually, it'll just get spray painted onto us every day.
Yeah.
Somebody will 3D print an outfit, and you go to work, and then you hop in the shower when you get home, and it just melts off your body.
It's like some kind
cake icing.
Gattaca-esque.
Yeah. It'll all be hologram eventually. You're just walking around. It feels like you're naked, but it looks like you're wearing a 3-piece suit. You just have a little robot hovering over your head, projecting your clothes on you at all times.
Now, are you the kind of person that wishes you wore the same thing every day, or do you like the variety of choosing a different getup?
Dude, I thought a lot about how nice it would just be. It would be like a Nickelodeon cartoon character, and it's just like every day. Timmy Turner, pink shirt, blue jeans, same hat, out the door, on repeat. Yeah. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the act. I got some clothes coming in the mail right now. I enjoy the act of getting a
new item.
You know, a new item is cool and wearing out. You know, put every now and then you put something together. You go, all right. But you know, I was talking to my buddy last night. We went out to go, get some dinner and some brews, and we just get in the car, and it's like we're both wearing a t-shirt from like the last event space that we visited, blue jeans, canvas shoes, glasses. Like it was like, and I said, I quoted you. I said, as Steve Rains says, simplify.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, dude.
Steve Jobs.
There's no reason to overthink it after a certain point.
Yeah, just throw it on.
Just throw it on. Get out there. Tackle the day. If I was ever going to look the way I wanted to, it's past. Those days have long passed.
Yeah, over curating an outfit.
Dude, every now and then I catch myself trying to do it, and I get frustrated.
Dude, I'm bad. Like, I just don't care. And like, even when I've been in that mode for too long. So now when I'm like, I got to dress a little nice, it just comes out fucking insane. I just put I had an interview and I put on a shirt that was like my one of 2 button-up shirts I own that I just got. And it's like probably a little big, but I'm like, fuck it. I put it on. Dude, this shirt had all the lines from how it was previously folded. Like you could,
dude, I flew to Nick's wedding in a full suit because I didn't have a way to pack it.
That's kind of sick, though. The suit and like knocking around.
Dude, I walked around the airport like I was hot shit.
That's so funny.
Mark and I went to Mall of America before the wedding, and the taxi driver was like very upset. I asked him to take me to Mall of America. Nobody, but actually, taxi and both Ubers that Mark and I got, shitty attitude in Minneapolis. They were not happy that we wanted to go anywhere. They would be like, "This is so far away," and I was like, "Don't be an Uber driver, dude. What the fuck do you want from me? I'm sorry. If it was close by, I wouldn't need a car."
Wait, you're telling me I got to drive you there? What the fuck?
Because are you at least going to chip in for gas?
You're like, buddy, this is fundamentally your job on the most elemental level.
What do you call it? But I get in, the guy's like, "You going to Mall of America?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, kind of seemed pissed about it. And I was in the suit, and I didn't do it, but I really wanted to be like, I'm going to put in an offer. I'm here to buy it. You're talking to Mr. Mall of America right now.
You start saying suit shit. Hey, Mall of America, and step on it.
Punch it. It was, sorry, I didn't mean to just take over your suit story with my suit story, but
no, you're good.
Recently been in college. Twice a year I'm in a collared shirt, and that was another sad thing. I don't think anybody at the wedding took a picture of me. There's one wedding, I mean, like the wedding photographer got one. I got to ask Nick for it. But like none of my friends, I have no documentation of one of the 2 times a year I'm in a suit.
Yeah, that's all right. You don't want pictures anyway. It's like The Godfather when they're at that wedding. You seen that?
No, I imagine it.
They're all like at this mob wedding. Like one of the Don's daughters is getting married, and like all these mobsters are sitting at the table, and this guy comes with a big camera and like, with the light bulb and shit. And the old mobster like waves at his buddy and like points at the guy, and the guy runs up, grabs his camera, and fucking throws it on the ground and breaks it. And then he just peels off 3 bananas and just fucking drops 3 hundo on the camera on the ground and walks away.
That's mob shit.
Yeah.
They should have done that to the wedding photographer.
Just fucking pay him off, break it, give him money. I like that they didn't hand it to him either. He just throws it on the ground and walks away.
And no pictures, no evidence. You got any updates from Chicago?
Chicago.
In the big city?
It'd be a warm weekend.
We're touching an hour here.
Yeah, you want to wrap it up? Perfect. A sign. I'll try to say it on. I'll try to wrap it up on mine. That's Eric's recorder went out. That's been Turnip and Stone back at it. August 24th. It's a hot day here in Chicago. Enjoy your weekend.